guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm testing out a new palette from Drizzle Cosmetics. So if you guys want to see some swatches, an eye look here, my first impression thoughts, then just keep watching. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I love trying out indie palettes. I like trying out mainstream palettes. I did pre-order the Natasha Denona pastel eyeshadow palette. So if you want to see a tan girl review, stay tuned. That should be coming sometime next week. So I'm really excited about that. I also have the sleepover collection coming from Unearthly Cosmetics. So if those aren't good reasons to make sure you're subscribed, then I don't know what is, because if you love makeup as much as I do, it's a no-brainer really. So without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm really excited. I have tried Drizzle on my channel one other time. I bought their Gnome Chrome palette, which I believe was like their holiday slash, I think it came out around Halloween. I'm not actually 100% sure. But anyways, I did try them, but that wasn't all shimmer palette. So I wanted to try out some of their other palettes, and oh my gosh, I was like eyeing this palette from them. This is like their butterfly palette, and this color story is so pretty. So I did decide to get it on their last restock. I didn't pick it when it originally launched, but they had some palettes where it was a misprint, and honestly, I don't really care about that stuff. So I did go ahead and grab this one. I also grabbed the Frosty Flamingo palette, which looks like this. It's a beautiful pink purple palette. And then I got so excited because once they did the restock, they announced that they were launching this palette, which is their Dragonfly palette. And the owner was so kind. She actually snuck one into my order, and yeah, she gifted this to me, which I thought was very sweet. I love it when brand owners do little things like that. I think it really helps them stand out, because there's so many makeup brands out there, and for somebody to just take the time to do something like that for me, I thought was very kind. So this is the palette. It's so pretty. I want to play with this like right now, so that's what we're gonna do. I have tried out the butterfly palette, and it's a really cute color story as well. I posted a look on my Instagram stories, so if you guys want to see like more looks with these other palettes, just request it in the comments. It just helps me gauge how interested you guys are in the palettes from Drizzle. Anyways, I'm excited for this one, so let me go ahead and swatch. I'm not gonna do like the insert swatches today because honestly, I'm kind of tired, running a little low on sleep. I've been watching Yellowstone like it's my job. So I just finished season 2. In case any of you guys cared to talk about it in the comments, we sure can. Okay, so these 3 shades are like blue shades. These are so pretty. We have Fierce, Warrior, and Amazing. So Fierce looks like a duochrome, like blue purple with a black base. Then we have the shade Warrior, which is a pretty blue purple with like an iridescent base. And then we have Amazing, which is a more cool tone, green, purple, kind of blue shade. So those are the first 3 colors. Okay, so the next row we have Strong, which is that yellow. We have Selfless and Grace. I love a good black eyeshadow in a palette, so let's see here. Okay, that one looks like it's a little bit more of a light black shade, but hopefully it's buildable. And then the last row has some really pretty sparkles as well. So we have Spirit, we have BU, which is a really pretty lime green, and then the shade called Fly Baby Fly. So there are all of the swatches of the Drizzle Dragonfly palette. Hopefully you guys are able to get a good idea of what this color story is like. Okay, so I'm very excited to try out this palette. I'm just grabbing a Sigma E27. Hi, honey. And I'm going to go into the shade BU. And I just want to put that in the crease and bring it up to the brow bone. Okay, so you guys know how much I love a good lime green shade. Now I want to go ahead and apply a black base because I want to get those kind of shimmery duochromes to really pop. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Okay, wish me luck. I've never done this before. I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, so I used the P. Louise base as my black eyeshadow base, and I really like how that applied and was really easy to control. So now I need to figure out what shade I'm going to use on the lid, and I think I'm going to use the shade Spirit, which is the really pretty green duochrome iridescent shade, and I'm just going to tap that onto the black base. I think that's going to hold it. If you don't have an eyeshadow base, you can also do this with the eyeliner, but I wanted something super duper sticky, so that's why I decided to use the P. Louise base. And then I'm just going to take a pencil brush and go into the black eyeshadow, and I'm just going to blend. Okay, so far so good. So I'm grabbing a black eye pencil, and I'm just going to line my waterline with it. And then I'm just going to grab a skinny pencil brush, go into that black. And then I'm going to take that same pencil, go into the green. And on the outer perimeter. And then I'm going to go into Spirit and just add some of the sparkle in the inner corner and just bring it to the lower lash line as well. Okay, so the look is done. I'm going to throw on some mascara and I will be right back to give you guys my first impression thoughts on this palette. Okay, friends, so here is the finished look. I really like it. It's very different for me, but I'm happy with it. So let me tell you really quick what else is on my face today. So I did just try out this guy. I hauled this, I think, a month or two ago. This is the Maybelline, the Colossal Curl Bounce Mascara. I really like this packaging because it's really nice and easy to hold. I will say it's my first time trying this mascara, so I don't have too much. It did a good job of separating my lashes, but I don't think it gave me too much volume. So I'm curious to see how this will perform as it thickens up. I'm wearing my favorite foundation to wear on camera right now. This is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. I have the shade 3 in 42. I've been loving my Profusion blushes. These are the Blush Hour, and this is the shade Bellini. It's so pretty. You guys know how much I love a neutral tone blush. I have 3 others. I've tried Mai Tai and I've tried Cosmo. I really want to try Paloma, but it's like a red blush, so I'm like, okay, I need to find like the perfect look to try that with, but I've been loving those. They're so blendable. They have like a watercolor effect and they're so easy to use. So if you're afraid of cream blushes and you don't want to spend a ton of money, highly recommend these. I think I like them even more than the Flower Beauty ones from Drugstore because they have this really cute little sponge, and so you can apply like the perfect amount, whereas the Flower Beauty ones, you kind of have to like squeeze them, and then they always dispense too much blush and then you're like struggling. So I really like the applicators of these, and they're like $6, which is perfection. And I'm wearing my Physicians Formula bronzer in the shade Deep, and I've just been loving this blush from the Pat McGrath and Bridgerton collection. It has the most beautiful like iridescent lit from within glow. So these two have just been such a good, actually these 3 for base have been amazing paired with any of the Profusion blushes. I've been loving that combo. And then for lip, I just have a Color Drain lip liner, and then I use this shade called Almonds from the Hershey Kisses collaboration with Glamlite. So if you haven't seen that video, I posted it on Wednesday, and that was a palette bingo with all 5 palettes, and I did swatches and all the things. So highly recommend checking that out if you've been eyeing that collection. Now that I've told you everything about that, let's talk about this palette. I think this is so cute. I love the color story. This brand reminds me quite a bit of Unearthly Cosmetics, which also makes some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. So I'm very excited to see where Sugar Drizzle will go next. For me, I love an affordable eyeshadow palette with some really fun shades, and we've been talking a lot about brands closing recently, and I feel like indie brands are really setting the standard for brands like Makeup Geek. I mean, technically Makeup Geek is an indie brand, but I feel like we've talked so much about how they fell behind in the race, and I feel like now you can't just have good quality, you have to have good color story, you have to have a good price point, because people aren't trying to spend $6, $5, $10 on a single eyeshadow unless it's something really unique. And I know there's people that still like to collect single shadows, but I feel like the tide for single shadows kind of changed in like the 2020, 2021 time frame. So even me, I felt it. Like, I used to buy way more single shadows, and now I've been telling myself like, no more single shadows. Like, I'm happy to get them in PR, or like I'll order Divina when they do a big collection every once in a while, but that's really the last single shadows I bought are from Divina. So, you know, there's just so much now out there as far as choices go, and I'm so excited to have this with me, because I think this really holds up against a lot of the other indie brands I've been trying out recently. So yeah, I really like this palette, really like the color story. Very excited to play with the other shades in this palette, because I think it's a beautiful combination, and I honestly feel like this could be a spring palette. Yes, there's a black shade in it, but I think all the other shades kind of remind me of spring and the new leaves and Easter time because of the blues and all of that. So yeah, this palette is really a pretty color story, I will say. I would love to see them do something different as far as the outer packaging goes, because it's not my favorite, but I'm also not that big on packaging. Like, yes, I'll buy something for packaging if it's cute, but I go with color story first and packaging second. So yeah, hopefully if you guys were interested in this palette, this video helped you out. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Did you pick up this palette, or was it a skip for you guys? Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I will see you in a new video very soon. Bye guys!